Hello, welcome to the Reframing Mindset podcast. We are clear my head of the thoughts that are preventing clarity, practice my speech, among other things. Episodes range from informative knowledge to funny stories about my experiences, and in the future, maybe include interviews. So subscribe and enjoy. Episodes drop every other day. Okay, welcome back to Reframe Mindset Podcast, where it's concept books. In this episode, talk about some things I'm doing to just basically, upgrade myself, upgrade myself, to make my life more professional and marketable. Marketable. Make my life more professional. What what I've actually recently done was just basically I kind of did some changes to my email and my LinkedIn pages. And um, and the reason why I did that to just make it more professional and just for for that sake. And what I did, what was funny was as soon as I actually did some updates on the LinkedIn page, it started to get a few tractions. Like it's getting impressions, but impressions and getting new connection and stuff like that. So it's there's some changes, and I think that change is due to the fact like getting the work and just updating the fact that I had the work on the on the LinkedIn. So that's the thing that you learn, where just the fact that just by you making a move and the move's working, it just gonna cause a change. Just by the fact you're making a move, you're just gonna make some changes. So the LinkedIn has been actually updated. And what I did with the email now, what there is like a feature, a folder feature. Yeah, so I just basically create folders now to basically place the email. Because what I'm actually gonna do now, maybe actually read some of those emails, and cause you never know, at this point to actually start see if I can actually take the opportunities given, because you never know what that opportunity you will get to basically just reach that new level. And when you reach that new level, you'll be like, oh, it's all because I actually took the time to actually read the email. So yeah, so what I'm just doing now, just maybe just what I have just basically folders of the common emails that you usually get. And then eventually I'm looking to just maybe just weekly, just going through the emails and stuff. Ah, that's because I said what I realize now as time progresses, more responsibilities coming up. And then so with more responsibilities, I can't be out here making at the same level. I have to be out here evolving, making new ways to be more efficient while making progress. Those stuff. I know these are situations where you be like, okay, you want to make these are the situations where you be like, okay, you want to make more income and stuff like that. Those are valid reason at this point. I always say I would recommend that you actually, being making income and seeing all the problems with all these stuff. I say I would uh, want you to actually go out here and try to demand a lot of money early. And the reason why is it, it I would want to demand a lot of money early if you do not have a full understanding of money. You know, because as I what I realize is that as you go every year, things changes. And the thing about it is that you don't want to be a person that just get rich quick and then you just basically lose it all, lose it all. And what I realize, based on my experience, is that I'm reaching new levels And then what happens is that something just obstacle comes and basically just leave me stagnant at that level for a while. And what that each level, what being at that level just basically mean being stagnant is just me that okay, I have to change a certain thing to just basically reach that another level. And when you reach that another level now, then you can make a lot more progress again. Then you reach another cap. So you just as it just everything is just a test, and you just have to just be like, okay, what is the thing that you need to change now? And what I'm just changing now, just few professional things to make myself more marketable. I make myself more efficient at actually managing those stuff. So like for example, answering the LinkedIn messages and stuff like that. I actually do that more. And then the email, going through the email. Most of the emails are usually just promotion stuff and then basic things. But actually me going through it, you never know. I could actually read a promotion and stuff and be like, okay, okay, this promotion was the thing that actually could take 10x my money or something like that. And be like, yes, you have to just basically think about it like that. Yeah, think about it like that. Like you just so those are two things, two small things that I did know. And if you remember from one of the previous episodes, I usually post the podcast snippets and the LinkedIn. Basically, I did that and remove that and create a business LinkedIn for the podcast itself. So, as I said, there's a few changes coming up now. Now that we're going to the end of 2023, just to see if I can actually make come in 2024, I could just basically be on top of the game again and just starting off the year and a plus. So that's basically for this episode. Thank you for listening. I look forward for the next episode.
Well, this is the end of the episode. Thanks for watching and look forward for the next episode. To support this podcast, go to anchor.fm/cssb/support or become a sponsor for this episode. If you have a product that you want to have more exposure, DM me on the Instagram page, Reframing Mindset Podcast, or on Twitter at ReframingP. Either way would help. Thank you regardless for listening, and here's a preview for the next episode.